This was the famous Radiohead grip, but sound different, right? Because the chord that makes grip sound like a grip, more intense, more sad, I didn't play it. The funny part, I literally only changed one note. This technique has been around for centuries, but why does such a small thing make a huge impact? This is a completely regular and normal F major chord. But if I lower one note, the middle note, I change to F minor. And you probably noticed the vibe also changed. This shift, my friends, major to minor, it's what matters, because if I play only the minor chord isolation, I don't get the contrast. And musicians have a name for it, modal interchange, and it gives the song a totally different flavor. Because our F major that we're using as an example belongs to a C major family, which means when I play the family of the chord that belongs to C major, we have C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and B diminished. Or, if you prefer, only the white keys. But after F major, when I play F minor, I'm automatically adding a new member that doesn't belong to the family. It is borrowed from a different key, different family. And you can hear that as a foreign, something different, maybe shouldn't be there, but at the same time, way more interesting. But why sad? Why not just different? Usually people explain the major chord as a happy chord and minor chord as a sad one. And to be honest, I never totally agree with that. But while researching for this video, I found some interesting reasons why. In 2010, two researchers at the Tufts University recorded actresses speaking sad sentences, and they discovered when humans speak sadly, the voice descends in a specific interval, a minor third. Exactly the interval that turns the major chord into a minor chord. And could be I'm sad. And the study's conclusion: human vocal expressions and music share an acoustic code for communicating sadness. And remember, this interval is the one note difference, major, minor. And of course, I have to mention the context helps reinforce the message, melody, lyrics, and so much more. But still, when a song goes minor, your brain hears as the same shape as a sad voice. In 2005, scientists put musicians and non-musicians in fMRI scanners and played them major and minor chords. When the brain heard an expected minor chord, the amygdala lit up, the part that processes emotion. And this happened automatically, before thinking, before recognizing the song. In Western music, major chords are about 4 times more common than minor chords. So, when minor chord enters, your brain registers a different approach. In some cultures where music uses more minor chords than major, people actually prefer minor over major, which means you can learn this association. It's not biological. So when major goes to minor, a few different reasons are stacking together to make you feel this could be sad. And once you notice that, my friends, it's very, very hard to unhear. Let me show you. Now let's compare some famous songs with and without the major to minor movement. And let me know in the comments below if you hear something different.
I go crazy, crazy. Oh baby, I go crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh baby, I go crazy. There are places I remember all my life, but some have changed. There are places I remember all my life, but some have changed. I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here, but I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell I doing here? I don't belong here.
Sound like the songs, but at the same time feels different, which means the modal interchange technique supports the melody and lyrics to deliver the message. And now you already know that you're gonna notice this pattern, major to minor, in songs everywhere. Another really interesting statement about music is why so many famous songs have 4 chords, and the real reason will shock you. To learn more about that, just click on this video up here. So thank you for watching, and I see you in the next tutorial.